Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review. Well, starting off on a new series that just came out, caught my attention because as Devil's a Part-Timer is definitely season 2 is coming out very shortly by later on the next week or so. There's another episode another series that I caught my eye was on Thursday, and I would say it was a very visually good-looking anime. Visually good-looking. And this goes by the name of Call of the Night. It's a vampire anime, which I've liked vampires. Hellsing Ultimate is my favorite. I enjoyed Seraph of the End, Dance in the Vampire Bun, Vampire Knight, which I still have to watch all the way. But this new one, Call of the Night, like I said, visually stunning. Especially the background of the night sky and the buildings, visually beautiful to look at. I was in awe when I was looking at the visuals of this series. Look, so the night sky in the buildings and in the background, just like usage of purple, pink, and then when it transitions to a different one of yellow. Visually good looking. And I can't wait. And after that, I'm anxious to see more visually good looking backgrounds and stuff like that, right? But Call of the Night, other than its really good visual look to it, as for our characters, our lead guy is a 14-year-old high school, middle schooler, you say, by the name of Yamari. He has a bit of insomnia. He doesn't can't sleep much, and he's out at night. And he also recently turned down a love confession that a girl sent to him. He turned it down, and you see a look at another. In a flashback where a couple of girls what is wrong with you? What the hell is what is wrong with you? You're just a mean and all stuff, and he doesn't understand what love is. So out on the night of the town, he bumps into this girl by the name of Nazuna. I'll look at the name right. Usual different looking girl. She's wearing in a hood and all that, and she's how awkward she is, because she's also talking to some three drunk guys at a rest stop. Never met the guys, but she's talking to them like they're friends, hey, you've been drinking a lot, hey, make sure you don't didn't get into too much trouble. And then she's high-fiving them like they're just best buddies, even though they never met each other, just three random drunk guys. He tries to do the same thing, but except the first guy ends up puking in front of him. So that gives a little bit of a good sense of humor to it. And since that she takes him back to her place, so he can just sleep for spend the night over basically, and which turns out that she's a which Nuzuna is actually a vampire. And she was waiting for him to fall asleep, but probably just seconds before that, our guy tells he's good at pretending to be asleep, so when she thinks that she is asleep, she goes and bites him in the neck, starts sucking his blood, and Imori is what? It's what are you doing? It's oh, it was a mosquito. It was just a mosquito, and he knows that was a bull crap lie, because he knows that he was awake the whole time. So he's yeah, he has a lie, and then she goes and tells her she's a vampire. It's oh, am I gonna turn into a vampire, right? But she tells him that doesn't work that way. She says that in order to become a vampire, you have to fall in love with her. And it just, I thought it was kind of a very funny scene. So, and she he says that You know, because the guy is our guy. He's not living his life as of right. You could say is kind of shitty, basically, and he says, "Hey, maybe how maybe I just if I fall in love with you, so I can make me a vampire, right?" And then ultimately that Nezuda tells him that we should still spend more time together at the nighttime. Like at the end of this episode, she pushes him off the roof, and but the other she catches him, and she's flying with him. She can fly, and she's just flying with him. So this is for the first episode. Like I said, visually good looking. It was a visual good looking episode. I enjoyed it on a visual level. Our characters for our two leads, it was good to take some time to grow and enjoy them as the series will go along. But our guy Yomura or Yomori, sorry, get the names right. But I was also say, well, what was how more in his boring life? And like when it's daytime, it's like kind of like this grayish, bland, boring background, right? But when it comes to the nighttime, it's visually stunning, right? But they say he doesn't understand love because he turned down a love confession. The two other girls like, hey, what is wrong with you and all that stuff, right? You see, this guy, his life basically just sucks, basically, and he has like insomnia, and that's why he spends a lot of time at nighttime. You see him. He's swinging on his swing set, enjoying the night. I guess he's crying. I said, I'm not doing it on purpose. There's not a single video I do where there's a yawn. Jeez, I'm getting tired of seeing myself doing this every single video. Sure, everyone says, oh, whatever. It just can't be helped. But anyway. Call of the Night, episode 1, I thought it was a really enjoyable episode. I look forward to seeing how more will go. And, if I'm recounting this, but by the next I'll be seeing is that I'll be watching season 2 of A Devil's Part-Timer because I've been looking forward to it. And that's definitely going to be one of my favorites that I'm looking forward to watching. So I'll be reviewing this and I'll be reviewing this series, covering this series of Call of the Night and then Devil's Part-Timer. And then hopefully when October comes around, then we'll continue on with the second half of Spy Family. But as of right now, Call of the Night, a visually good-looking, beautiful anime. Probably the most visually I've seen in quite some time. I haven't seen an anime like that was so visually good looking. Like I said, it's a good mixture of like uses of purple and pink, even when it transitions into to a yellow background. Visually good looking, like I said, and also our characters. I'm gonna give is gonna give me time to start enjoying these characters, and for Yomori and get the girl name Nazuna. I forget the name, right? So wanted to fall in love with her, so he become a vampire. But yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode review, and we'll see you all later.